Welcome back to Sussex EVs, and today we continue our short series of interviews from the London, Brighton and Geneva Rally. One for the bikers in our group today, David met up with Chris Tate from Zero Motorcycles and asked him why electric is such a good idea.
It's a fantastic alternative to a petrol engine motorcycle. They have traction control, they run 110 horsepower through the motor, and every morning through the 13 amp plug I've got about 90 to 120 miles. Based on how I use the vehicle, really. Charging, you can have the recharge tank, which is an extra. I get roughly about 60 miles per 30 minutes, which is good. I've done 400 mile days on it, and it's just not an issue, really. Great fun, terrific torque, fantastic to ride, and you're always in the right gear as you come out of roundabouts. It just is a terrific vehicle to ride, and I've been riding 51 years now, so it's my bike of choice at the moment.
So legally speaking, what sort of licensing issues are there to think about?
That's a good question, because just this year we got a game changer in these two models, the SRF and the DSR. They're CBT compatible.
Oh, right.
So you can actually buy this and fit L plates, do your CBT, and you're quite legal to go out on it then. We did have a half battery model, which was 7.2 rather than 14.4. And that was our L-plate bike at the time. But now the rest of the range, the DSR and the SR, you can put your L-plates on, you can take your CBT and you're off. That'll always be an A1 bike.
A1, the equivalent of a 125cc motorcycle. The largest you can ride on L-plates, 17 or older. A2, limited to 47 brake horsepower, and you have to be at least 19 years old.
Then we have an A2 model. And as you pass your A2 test and you get your full license, we can then just download the rest of the power and the torque into your motorcycle.
Go back to that recharge tank. That was an extra battery, was it?
And the larger bikes, there's a cavity, which is the petrol tank. Very useful cubby hole for most people. You can put your lead in there, go and visit a friend, charge up there, come back. But we've got two options. One's the charge tank, so it gives you an extra 4 or 5 kilowatts of battery. We have some blood bikers in London using them, and every morning they've got 100% and 196 mile range, which they do every day. They've got set routes. They're always on regen. They're not allowed to go over 70 on the bikes. Perfect customer, really, and they always know where they're going. A couple of them have said on Facebook that they've just hit 205 in one shift, which is very impressive. And the other tank is the rapid charge tank. So at the moment it's 6.6 kilowatt charging through two chargers. Then we can put an extra 6 kilowatt charger in. So on my own personal Zero, I've got 12.6 kilowatt charging inbound, which gives me about 2% a minute. And that's 60 miles in under 30 minutes. So I can leave, do 80 miles, have a cup of tea, and then I'm back up to another 80%, and it's not splash and dash anymore, it's volt and bolt. Which is very apt, because that's what everyone thinks at the moment. They think, oh, we need to have 100% all the time, but you don't. You just need, if you've only got 30 miles to go home, you can do an 8-minute charge, more than enough. And it depends if you're on the motorway or you're on A roads with regen, because that's just going to double your mileage as well, you know.
A 3-pin domestic plug would be fine, left overnight.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 hours. If you charge between 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock, you get a very cheap rate. So it's usually under £3 for about 80 to 120 miles, depending how you ride it.
And out on the road, do they have CCS type compatibility?
No, that's one thing. We haven't gone down that road yet, but I've never had a problem yet. I've never queued yet. The nicest thing about a Zero is you're always talking to someone, and you're just never lonely if you are in an EV of sorts. You know, everyone's got that passion, or everyone's quite curious about how it'll work. First question is range, obviously, and we just carry on the conversation from there, really.
So for our Sussex EV members that have never heard of Zero Motorcycles, can you give us a little potted history of where they came from?
Californian based. He was an ex-NASA engineer, a Japanese guy who lives in California. So about the same timeline as Tesla, he started making motorcycles, never made a petrol bike. 2005, we've got to this product range now. We've got UK Zero, and then each country in Europe we've got Zero offices, and we've got Netherlands headquarters, and of course the headquarters in California. It's quite a good network now. We've got some good techies on board, and 5-year warranty on the whole bike from this March. So we're hoping for a great year, you know. And demo rides at all our dealers. Just go through the website and just get out and ride one, and then it'll give you an opinion.
And roughly how many dealers do you have in the UK?
It's about 14 at the moment. So we're looking to, we need a couple more in Scotland and a couple more in Yorkshire and things. So
there probably isn't a great deal of work needs doing on them.
They're all belt drive, yeah. We've had reports of people covering 20,000 miles now on a belt. Mine, personally, I've done 11,000 miles on my bike without a belt change, which I know I'd have had to change sprockets by now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The motors themselves, they're air-cooled, are they?
They are, yes. The newer batteries have got coolers in the middle now.
Apart from the brake fluid, there are no fluids to change routinely.
We just say, check your brake pads, check your tyres. The belt got an app, which you get the belt and the right tension and you just twang it. And the app will tell you it's in the right position. I think to close the deal, normally we'll ask them if they can charge at work. And a couple of our customers, 100% free charging at work. All the solar panels are paid for. So they're basically getting completely free fuel now without any servicing. So once they've purchased it, they're quite pleased with their return, you know. And they're just great fun to ride.
That's the important bit.
Yeah, it really is.
And on the subject of price, can you give a rough idea of what sort of money we're talking about, list price?
We've got the 7.2 battery starting in about £10,000, but the 17.3s, which is the new battery, probably £16,000 onwards. And then you can pay extra for the power tank or the rapid charge tank. Seat heights, we've just got 3 different seats. And apart from that, there's not many more extras, apart from full luggage. It basically comes with everything. We've got heated grips on them, cruise control, and of course reverse, which is quite nice to get out your driveway.
So they've got reverse gear?
They've got reverse gear, yeah. It's like having 2 bikes in one, basically. The eco mode will take you up to 75 miles an hour with full regen. 90% of your time, you're definitely an eco. It's only when you want a bit of fun that you want to show off to come up to you by the lights. You can flick it into canyon mode is full regen, full sport, and sport mode is just friction free, just instant power. Fantastic bike, yeah.
I take it for granted it's got traction control built in as part of the programming.
It is built in, yes. ABS, obviously. As soon as you're on the throttle, huge amount of torque, more than some of the biggest bikes on the market, namely the Triumph Rocket 3 it's actually got more torque than the Rocket 3. 240 newton meters of torque on our most powerful models.
I guess the centre of gravity will be very low.
It really is, yeah.
Which over a conventional motorcycle would give it a slight advantage on handling perhaps.
A centrally engined sports car, you've got the motor centrally in the bike and direct drive. It really is a really good configuration for that, you're right. And the battery is, all the weight is so low down, you just don't notice it once you move off.
Do you have many dealers in Sussex yet?
More in Surrey. We've got one in Chertsey, that's called Magnet Motos, and Motor E-Bikes in Guildford. Sussex, we're still looking, so anyone interested, please get in touch.
Chris Tate from Zero Motorcycles, thank you very much for your time and we wish you all the best.
My pleasure, thank you.
That's it for our short series from the London, Brighton and Geneva Rally. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.